Hello, everybody. Welcome once more to part two of consistency and an observant spirit. This is Christy Grace, the untainted truth. This is the place where you get nothing but the truth. Glory be to Jesus. And this is a continuation, as I have promised you, from our previous discussion, part one, where our main focus was emanating from the book of Proverbs chapter 4 verses 1 to 7, which I read the whole of it. However, my main focus was on verse 6. So today I'm going to continue from that verse and extract verse 6 and read it again. Today we are going to zero in on it. Glory be to Jesus. We are zeroing in on verses 6. And verse 6 reads as follows: Forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee. Love her, and she shall keep thee. May I read it again? It reads as follows: Forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee. Love her, and she shall keep thee. Now, in this statement that I've mentioned, I need us to keep focus of two possible statements within this line that I've mentioned. One, forsake her not. Secondly, love her. In order for wisdom to preserve your life, you have to make sure that you do not forsake her. In order for her to keep you, you have to make sure that you love her. Meaning that this statement is not just a standalone statement that you can take lightly. These are words that you need to pay attention to. Because for her, in order to fulfill the mandate that is set upon your life with regard to terms of wisdom and understanding, you need to make sure you do not forsake her. Secondly, you love her. If you do not forsake her, she will preserve your life. If you do not forsake her, she will preserve your life. Even in the most austere situation where many people struggle in, she will preserve you. Because that is her responsibility. Because you remained loyal and faithful towards her. You didn't forsake her. In every step of your situation, of your life, in every aspect, you inquired from the Lord. Said, Lord, grant me wisdom, grant me understanding, so that I may be able to make wise decisions. If it happened that at some point you were not preserved, most definitely I can assure you, you probably made a decision that was contrary or against what she had suggested for you. You overruled her guidance and her instructions because you felt like whatever it is that you were embarking on felt like it carried weight. It had an opportunity to make your life great and better. However, she knew it had a loophole. She knew it had a weakness, a flaw that will bring your life down. So if there's a certain area in your life, my God, if there's a certain area in your life that you fell short in, trust me, you forsook her and she could not preserve your life. Secondly, if you love her, she will keep you. She will keep your life. She will make sure that your life is preserved. Your life is protected. And honestly speaking, there are many characteristics about love. But when the Holy Spirit was teaching me on certain characteristics that were more human to human related than the spirit. Because he understood that we live on earth. We do not live as spirits, but we live as beings. And we encounter people of different personalities and characters who grew up from different backgrounds and environments that imposed their thinking capacity, their ability to perceive and understand, and to be so open-minded. So if you're a child of God, you're probably expected to be more open-minded than the next person. It is not an easy thing because God will expect more from you than the next person. Are you ready to grow beyond yourself? Are you ready to allow yourself to be seen sometimes as somebody who does everything, as somebody who is always willing, as somebody who's always willing to give more. They put the extra time, they put the extra effort into executing a thing so that when it comes out, it is presentable. Why? Because as a child of God, you're trying to make sure that you present your God well. In your working environment, you present yourself very well. That is what love does. It is not rigid. It is not limited. See, I always say that if you want to be leader, you want to be promoted as a CEO, as a manager of a company, there have to be certain traits about you that are remarkable, that says you won't bring down the company, that says you will not crumble the company. So if you're not an observant person, you're not consistent, it means you're unreliable, you are untrustworthy. They cannot give you that position. I always say, immediately you agree into taking a job or a position, you are ready to put in the extra time. You are ready to put in extra effort. You are ready to be the last person to leave. You are ready to do more than what other people are doing. Do you know why? A leader must always be ready to do more than what the others are doing, because you are not a follower. If we remove all the leaders, we remain with congressmen. We can't have that. But nobody grows up knowing the path to do it. You grow yourself into it. The difference between you and the next person not getting the job or not getting the promotion is because they went an extra mile which you were not willing to learn. See, I have a problem. If you are in leadership and you are given a mandate and a job, every little thing that goes wrong, you have to come back and say, this is not happening. Not even once have you brought a solution and say, you know what, this didn't work. This was an alternative. This is what I did. Are you happy with this? Can I go forward with this? You are bringing in solutions. God is even ready to work with such a people. Why wouldn't God defend you and put a whisper, like the footsteps of God when he was walking to visit Adam and Eve in the cool of the day? He will speak for you in the most places that you can't speak for yourself. Do you know why? Because of the effort, because of your abilities, because of your observation, your ability to identify changes and spot loopholes which can cause the company to lose lots and lots of money. You want to be promoted? Start working on yourself. Improve yourself. I have not even entered into those traits and characteristics of love. Do you know why? God says, I want to promote my children. I want to promote my people. But they've not made the effort to be distinct. They remain on a standard level and they want me to promote them. Do you know what will happen as a Christian if you enter into a company and they find you relaxed there? You're not doing anything. You say, I had gone to pray. Next time, if another Christian comes and applies for the same job and the first thing they ask and say, which religion do you fall under? And they say, I'm a Christian. Already you've shut door for the next Christian. Perhaps they are more hardworking than you. Perhaps they put effort. But because you presented that Christians are lazy people, they go like, oh my gosh, we cannot hire this one. We cannot have two of these. We will die in this. So please, my brother, my sister, stop it. You cannot continue like that. Present your God very well. In your dress code, present yourself very well. I'll say this. Before your mouth can speak for you, before your intelligence and your mind, the first thing that we see is your outward appearance. And if you think that you are going to change and become a better person and dress better and be presentable better when you now look for a job, your bad habits and your bad traits will show up one day in your working environment. That will work against you. They realize they can't take you anywhere. Do you know why? You've never given them a reason why they should take you anywhere. From the way you dress, your coordination. Without, there are so many videos on YouTube. You can't Google how to coordinate. These days, you can find anything on YouTube, on the internet. You can search for anything and find what you need and get the help. If you are a wife, or you have a house, or you're a sister, it don't matter. If something bothers you in the house and you don't know how to fix it, when you Google, it will give you possible solutions. But we are lazy. We want to say, no, this thing does not work. God cannot work with your lazy mind like that, and you want a job so that you can go and misrepresent Him. Please, I'm sorry. Let us improve ourselves. You don't have the job yet? Present yourself well. Learn how to speak to people decently. Learn how to speak. Honestly, this is a testimony for me. I never used to know how to speak. I was the most quietest person. Even if I knew the answer, I would not say nothing. Imagine. You ask me, I'm quiet. There at the corner, hidden somewhere. Until God, one day we had an all-night prayer. I am testifying this because I know when the Holy Spirit comes upon you, He will transform you so much that even people cannot identify nor recognize you. I would mind my own business. God can tell me this and say, go and tell someone. I would keep it to myself. I said, me, hey, where? So I can be insulted. Little did I know where God was taking me. We were in an all-night prayer. We were 8. It was during August. On the 8th of August, we were 8. We were worshippers doing worship and all-night prayer. We used to do that. My ears were itching. I just kept on vibrating. We were praying. I vibrated. I'm thinking, what is wrong with me today? You know, when you used to be that calm person that everybody knows you to be. That day, the calm Christine was nowhere to be found. I was like, my God, what are you doing to me today? You cannot do this to me. And yet, little did I know, said, today I am taking over. I am transforming you into the person that I want you to become. When I shook, I couldn't say anything, but I could feel that there was so much that I wanted to say, but I didn't want to say it because, I don't know, I just didn't want to say it. And there was a cousin of mine. She came and